And we will make the size of the actual belt buckle according to this logo. When creating a center rectangle, I can snap on this x-axis. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Type in gx -4. Okay, now we can deactivate the snap to grid. Bring it to somewhere here. The logo still looks off. Now it's centered. Okay, now it's centered. Let's isolate the rectangle and create the center circle, snapping to the rectangle as Z, squeeze it on the Z axis. Now we can bring back the rest and keep on shaping the circle. That looks okay. And since the rectangle and the sphere are on the same plane, we can simply run the trim command. Select these 4 and join them. And of course, let's fillet these guys. But before doing so, I would like to make some fine tunings. We have to leave some space because later on when we project it and whatnot, we need some space for filleting. Okay, now we can in control point mode fillet these corners. Let's fillet quite a bit. Not too much, it shouldn't be an ellipse. Yeah, something like this. So a mixture between a rounded rectangle and an ellipse. Something like this, that's okay. Next step is rebuilding this, because in face mode, if we select, extrude out a solid, it looks like this. You know that I don't like unnecessary edges. Therefore, let's run the rebuild command. Give it a high point count. Okay. Okay, in face mode, let's extrude both belt buckle as well as the logo. In solid mode, select the solids and the curves. You know what to do. Put them into the construction folder. Mathematically, the positioning of this logo is correct. So the distance here to the right and to the left are equal, but optically it doesn't feel right to me. I want to make small adjustments like this, push this further to the right and to the top. So that looks better. Bring them together. Okay, here is a slight tilt, and we want the tilt also to happen on these parts. Let's make the fine tuning. Press R twice. And now we will extract the faces, the back faces of both solids. So let me show you what I mean first. Select just the logo, G, V. Put the pivot to the center and drag it out, the logo. And now we will use a different technique. Let me show you. That's also very funny. So select the back face of the belt buckle and look for match face. If you run the match face command, you have to select the face which needs to be used as a matching face. So in this case, it's this sphere. Okay. Now let's see what has happened. If you isolate, the back face of the belt buckle has adopted the surface of the sphere. So that's what this match face is good for. And in face mode, if you select this newly created matched face and Alt J for unjoin and delete the rest, you can select this face in face mode and extrude. And if you bring back the rest, we have this situation, and obviously we want the belt buckle to be thicker than the rest of the belt. So we can simply offset and push it further out. And let's do the same with the logo. Select only the back faces. Run match face. Select this face, this time the face of the belt buckle. Boom. Let's check. And you see, there is this slight curvature going on. And here also I want to isolate these matched faces. So unjoin the matched faces, Alt J, and delete the rest with the flat face. Let's see if we can thicken them together. It doesn't work, we have to do it individually. Make it thicker, minus 0.01, and we can adjust the offset later on. But for now, use this value for all of the other parts. Unhide the rest, so we can push this face back in. And duplicate this face. First isolate it and then thicken it slightly. And in face mode, bring this one out slightly also. Let's bring back the rest so that the buckle has a slight border. And we can use this border for merging it with this pipe. So let's see what we get. And we can give these two parts the same material later on in Blender, maybe glowing and emission material, but let's see. First of all, I want to cut these parts of the pipe, union these guys right away, select both of them, press Q twice. In face mode, select this face, delete it, and now we have this holes here. Delete the edges also. Here I won't delete this edge because if I do so, it remains as a sheet. I will rather patch it with Shift J and run the delete redundant topology command. Now it's clean and it's a solid because it's not in the sheets folder any longer. And here I can drag this face further into the body because I need some space for filleting. So bring back the rest, run the fillet, 0.004 or even 0.003, slide fillet here also. And of course, fillet the edges of this face. So select the face, Ctrl 2, not a big one, just that it catches the light. And if we hide the edges, and now let's take care of the logo. Select all the faces, show the edges, activate object snapping, Ctrl 2, give it a cool round fillet. And if you don't do the necessary adjustments in your vector program in Illustrator, I made it in Illustrator, but that doesn't matter in whatever vector program you work. If you don't make the necessary adjustments, and after having imported your SVG into plasticity, if you don't rebuild it, you won't be able to make fillets that big and that comfortably. So therefore, again, please check out the YouTube video. Now we can push this logo in. The angle of the gizmo is correct. And I want this to remain separate. I don't want to union it with the buckle. I want to give it also another material. The belt is finished, so let's delete the test belt and replace it with the finished one. GX-4, and it fits perfectly to its original place. Hide the edges, that's what we have so far, a nice belt, and it will be more visible when we give it materials, obviously. There are two more details or three more details which I would like to add to the body. The first one is giving it a paneling here, which has the shape of a collar. That's the first detail. The second detail will be some buttons starting from that collar to the belt. And the third detail will be, again here, within the space of the collar, which will be also visible here. Maybe some kind of vent, not this kind of vent, different shapes. And then we are finished.